Welcome back to the Michigan Business Beat, brought to you on the Michigan Business Network, where we are broadcasting live from our downtown studios. But we're going to go to Detroit right now and find out what's happening there. Tammy Carnrike, the COO. I almost gave you a promotion there, Tammy. The COO.
I won't tell Sandy.
Okay. COO of the Detroit Chamber of Commerce, Regional Chamber of Commerce. And Tammy, everybody is sitting on pins and needles, waiting to hear the latest news on your policy conference, because it is without doubt the biggest business escapade that the state of Michigan has every year.
Yes, we like to call it Michigan's center stage for discussions of Michigan issues, regional issues. And so it's an very important discussion forum, but especially this year more than others. You know, we have to have some conversations about what COVID has done to our state and how we can work together to get our state back on track from an economy standpoint and a business growth standpoint.
No, you're absolutely right. And it is also the only forum where you get together the business community and the legislators and people who run departments for the state and even the Fed in many cases. One of the big attractions is the networking. I mean, it's the place you can go and get a lot done in 3 or 4 days, right?
Right, absolutely. And that's, I think that's what people missed this last year when we had to cancel, which we didn't want to do, but we knew we had to from a safety and health standpoint. So the virtual programming was very, very successful, but it just doesn't take the place of the in-person networking. So as we approach this year, as you know, we moved the conference from May to September, hoping that would give us enough time to provide a safe and healthy environment. What's interesting this year, though, and very timely, is our conference chair is Wright Lassiter, who's the president and CEO of Henry Ford Health System. So planning for this conference to be able to allow people, hopefully, to be in person and interact becomes very much focused on health and safety. And we're really fortunate that Wright has put together a clinical research team, a medical team that is going to actually help us look at it and help us determine if we can do that safely, all in one place. But at the same time, by moving it to September, it gives us an opportunity to be innovative. If we can't have 1,700 people on an island by then, what can we do differently to make sure that there's still good interaction for those who can go in person and for those who can't necessarily go in person?
It occurs to me that as much as business loves consistency, you are kind of orchestrated chaos on that island. and I know it's tightly orchestrated and planned, but this is happening here. This is happening. Can you get to this speaker and still do your interview, et cetera, et cetera? And especially down there in Media Row, where we're running people through on a schedule. So let's talk a little bit about that planning, because it goes to things you call pillars and themes and all those. Tell me about that.
Yeah, and actually this year's conference, again, because, we do have a conference chair who is very focused on health. Our theme this year will be focusing on a healthy Michigan. I sort of talked about it a little bit earlier, coming out of COVID, we're going to have a lot of work to do. Having a healthy economic environment, having healthy communities and people, which goes along with getting our state back on track. And a healthy environment in order to do that all become very much priorities for us. We take that very seriously, but certainly when you talk about the health of a community, of a state, it goes in so many directions, and that will allow us to really have really good different conversations, especially right now, Chris, when we're facing the racial justice and economic equity activity that we are. That also falls right into it, making sure we're a healthy state, that we're not disproportionate and how we get people back to a safe state.
Yeah. Absolutely. Listen, let's talk a little bit because your speakers are national and in many cases international
Yes,
celebrities, if you will, but of noteworthy. Do you have any secured for this September?
not yet, but that is actually, we're in the process of that right now. With the conference being later, several months, that made our timetable change some, but we have identified priority speakers. And at this point, we're reaching out to speakers bureaus to find out their availability. And hopefully with enough time like we do have now, we should be able to secure them. But, stay tuned. We always bring in good keynote speakers.
There's no doubt about it. You'll have a plethora of great folks there. And Tammy, all of us appreciate the great work that you do because I know that this policy conference is your baby and you've done a wonderful job with it.
Thanks. But, there's just such a great team we have. I believe me, I love what I do with it, but we have such a fabulous team and some with a lot of, historical knowledge, knowing that building and inside and out, like even I don't know, coming up with solutions, whether it's our own internal team, but also our production partners, technology partners, they really make it all happen. And let's not forget our greatest partner, Grand Hotel.
Oh, you're absolutely right. Well, we look forward to it. All of us do. And make sure you get on the website and find out when you can register because nobody that does anything
Oh.
with business should miss that conference. All right.
Registration is open, Chris.
Oh, there you go. There you go. Get on, get in.
Right.
All
That's
right.
right.
Tammy.
And get your hotel room.
Always good to see you. Thanks, Tammy.
See you, my
Appreciate
friend.
All right.
Bye.
Tammy Carnrike, the COO of the Greater Detroit Chamber of Commerce. I'm going to be right back with more on the Michigan Business Beat. I'm Chris Holman on the Michigan